Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Project Joy. I'm Kory, and today we're going to be talking about finding your place. So 2 weeks ago we talked about graduation and resume tips and a lot of the anxieties and emotions that can come along with graduation and moving into a brand new chapter of life, which was a really fun conversation. Thank you to everybody who sent me your resumes. It was so much fun to get to see those and talk to you about where you're going next in life. It was really cool. But I did get some feedback back from people saying that they felt like not last week's video, but the week before last was really, really tailored towards graduates, and that people go through periods of not really knowing where they're going or what they're doing at lots of different stages of life, and people just wanted to kind of open up the conversation, I think, to be more about what it's like to not really have a direction or to feel lost, regardless of what new chapter you're going into. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit today. I also just wanted to say thank you guys for your patience with this video. I tried to shoot last week, and you can probably hear I'm still kind of getting over a cold. So tried to shoot last week and I just had no voice. You couldn't hear me on camera, so I decided to wait and shoot this week instead. So without further ado, let's talk about finding your place in life, which is a huge topic, obviously, especially because finding your place in life can mean so many different things. It can mean talking about where you want to physically live. It can mean talking about where you want to go in your career. It can be talking about where you fit into different relationships in your life. It's such a broad topic that I think that in itself kind of tells you what the answer is, which is that there is no clear answer. I think that no matter what, if you are feeling unhappy in your life, the number one thing that you can do is just embrace it and be okay with it. Because the scariest thing, I think, is for people to talk about being unhappy in life, because a lot of times it scares the people around us for us to say, hey, this isn't working. Even if we're not talking about a relationship specifically, even if we're just talking about not wanting to live somewhere anymore, or maybe wanting to change our career or anything like that. Change is really, really scary for people, and that's a natural thing. So it's natural for people around you, even if they love and support you, to maybe kind of try to put the brakes on things and say, I don't know if you should do that. And that's okay. So I think that the very first step to changing anything in life is to embrace the fact that change is scary, and also just accept the fact that if change is something that you want, it might be something that you have to kind of stick to on your own for a while until people start to come around and realize that that change really is making you happy. And then usually people who love you will support you once they realize that you're making a choice that is really bringing your happiness level back up. So that would be my number one just kind of comment on making big life changes. And then I also think that something that really helped me was when I first graduated, I really felt obliged to stick to this prescribed definition of what I was supposed to do. I felt like I was supposed to graduate from a 4-year university. I was supposed to then go off and have a really exciting job. And I felt like the only place that I could really do that while still being somewhat close to home was going to be California, because they have bigger cities. So I moved away from home. I moved to a suburb of San Francisco. I got a job in San Francisco. And then when I was really unhappy in that job, I switched jobs. I got a different job in San Francisco. And despite the fact that kind of right from the get-go, I really just was not in love with my life and the lifestyle of living in that place, I stuck it out for a while because I really thought that that was what I was supposed to be doing. And looking back on that period of time now, I think that the hardest part of being in that stage of my life was the fact that I wouldn't let myself just admit that I wasn't happy, because I kept telling myself that I was supposed to be happy. So it was this constant argument between me feeling unhappy and me feeling like I had made a bad decision and put myself into a place in life where I really wasn't happy, but not being willing to admit that, not only to people around me, but also just to myself. And when the time finally came where I had to face the facts and realize that I couldn't continue to live in the place in life that I had gotten to, it was really, really hard. It hurt people around me, it hurt some of my relationships, and I think that it kind of shook my confidence in myself as well, because when I first decided that I wanted to move back home and I wanted to kind of give up all of the decisions that I'd made right after college, it made me kind of question whether or not I would ever be able to trust my instincts when it came to making big life decisions ever again. And that was hard. So I just want you to know that if you are going through a big life change, or if you are considering a big life change because maybe you're not feeling super happy, just know that you're not alone in that. Everybody goes through it. People go through it at many different stages in life. Some of the most helpful people to me when I was going through my big life transitions were people who were in their 50s and making career changes. I met one gentleman at one of my jobs who had gone back to school and learned to code just because he saw one of his children doing it and he thought it was so cool that he loved it, and he went back to school to learn how to code so that he could restart his career doing computer coding just because he thought it was cool. And I thought that was so inspiring, and it really kind of warmed my heart and reminded me that no matter where you're at in life in terms of your age or in terms of how far along your career path you are or anything like that, there's never really a point at which you have to stop making decisions that are going to make you happy. Because even when decisions maybe hurt your relationships or hurt people around you, at the end of the day, you can't truly be there for people and you can't truly offer them all of your love and support unless you're in a place in life where you feel happy. I feel like now many of the friendships that I have with people are really enriched by the fact that I feel like I'm in a place where I'm happy and I can give more of myself to them and I can be more supportive of them and their decisions and their dreams and all of those beautiful things, just because I'm not in that place anymore where I feel trapped and afraid to say that I'm unhappy. So that would be my message to new grads and to anyone really in life, is just don't be afraid to say, I don't like this. And don't be afraid to make decisions. Don't be afraid to go out and do something crazy. Go out and live abroad, live in a brand new country, or move away from home, or take the job that you're not really sure that you can do, or apply for the job that maybe is your dream job and you're not really sure if you're ready for it. Like, just go out and do those things, because you'll never know whether or not those things are going to make you happy until you try them. So I think the number one thing to finding your place in life is being willing to try different places in life. And then when you do find a place that makes you really happy, embrace it and love it. And then if you get to a new place in life where that's not the place that makes you happy anymore, just embrace that too and know it's okay to change. And I think too, once you've kind of gone through some of these changes in life, it makes it easier for you to be loving and accepting of people when they're going through change in their life, and you start to kind of recognize when people need somebody to like reach a hand out and be supportive to them because they're going through a big life change. And so then it's like this positive circle starts to happen where you start to connect with more people who are making big life changes, and you start to be supportive of them and to see their dreams, and then they're really inspirational, and then maybe it inspires you to do something new in your life, and then people will reach out to you and be supportive of it, and then you'll be connected to even more people who are doing the same, and pretty soon you just feel connected into this world of people who are all making big decisions and going after their dreams, and it's really, really exciting. I have a couple of friends whose story I wanted to share really quickly. I know them from back in San Francisco, and they recently were each working in jobs that they didn't feel super inspired by, and so they got to a point where they decided that they wanted to start their own marketing company, so they just went for it. They built a website, and they're starting to reach out to their own clients. They're starting on this whole new chapter. I'm so excited for them, and that's just one example of how, like, I think it's a perfect opportunity for you to try to do things, and when they don't work out, just know that like it's gonna inspire something new and it's gonna inspire something awesome. Like, these girls wound up taking jobs that they didn't really love and that they didn't feel inspired by, but it inspired them to start their own company, that now they're going to pursue this dream of having their own marketing company. And I just think that's so, so cool. And the same goes for, like, I have a couple of friends from high school who, after graduating from high school, they started their own businesses. Some of them are photographers, some of them sell their artwork on Etsy. Like, they just do these really, really incredible things without having gone to college. They just decided to pursue this dream. And I know for a couple of them, part of that was because they didn't have the financing to be able to go to school. They didn't want to go into debt in order to go to a university. So they decided to just pursue their dreams on their own, in their own way, and like learn their craft as they progressed and as they built their business. So I just think there's no single right answer to what you're supposed to do in life, and the sooner you embrace that and the sooner you're willing to just take the plunge and do new things and let inspiration come from that, the happier you'll be. I know it's worked for me. Thanks, guys. If you like these videos, please remember to hit the thumbs up button below and to subscribe. I love hearing people's comments on videos. I love hearing feedback about what else you guys want to talk about on the channel, so let me know in the comments below, or you can always shoot me a note. If you want to stay up to date with upcoming videos and upcoming content that's going on, feel free to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. I'll post the links below. I talk a lot about channel ideas there. And then last but not least, if you want to be notified when new videos go up, make sure to hit the subscribe button. New videos are coming out every Tuesday, barring that I finish getting over this cold that has been kicking my butt. So thank you guys again for your patience on this video coming out. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you again next week.